Good morning, everyone. 2 minutes, a little late. I was in the middle of something. I got distracted, and because this is a one-man show, when the tech guy gets distracted, the rest of the show can't get started. Good morning. Welcome to Melzworld Live. I'm your host, Romel. Welcome to January 27th, 2025. We are at the end of the first month of the year. 2025 has really been a wild ride already. And maybe not personally. I think personally, things have been stressful, but not world breaking. I mean, having the mom go to the hospital and dealing with unemployment and all of that stuff. But, I got the AI album ready for release in the next, 3 days, 4 days. I had a listening party last week, which was great. And I'm ready to kick it off. So yeah, just a little hectic bit of a morning, but I'm ready to go. So yeah, so we had the listening party last week, Friday. Really positive responses. A lot of the thing I kept hearing was, if you hadn't have told me that it was AI, then I would have never guessed. And I think that was the biggest compliment. So thanks to those who came and listened. I know I'm going to have an actual listening streaming party, and I'm excited about that. And so I'll probably figure out when to send out the invite for that and when to get the invitation for the listening party. But other than that, yeah, it's just a matter of maybe making some canvases, which I guess are little short videos that you attach to the Spotify video. Get people excited about the release. And, just try to send out some snippets, do some social media work, and get that out there. Yeah. This week usually would be a improv week, but because improv is the first and third Wednesday of every month, we happen to have 4 Wednesdays, so no improv, which is fine. I'm okay with that. These things happen, so this is actually a good day, a good Wednesday to see if there's anything else that we can do. And other than that, the week is to complete the Route 66 editing. I've kind of dove deeply into that. I also need to figure out some footage for the next Food Sleuths. We went to this place called La Perla. I think I talked about it. They do a Oaxaca cheese California burrito, which is incredible. If you've had a California burrito and you're not native of California or San Diego, you should try it. It is, it's a carne asada burrito. They put French fries in it, and that potato replacement makes for a really unique and delicious experience. But one thing I noticed about California burritos is if you don't ask for a ton of sauce, they tend to be a little dry. And that dryness, you're just gonna have to make up for it in soda or whatever, horchata. The Oaxaca burrito at La Perla, what they do is they wrap the burrito in a in a Oaxaca quesadilla. And then they batter it and then they deep fry it and then they wrap that. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's Taco Town. But no, it's delicious. It's got a lot of flavor. Is it the best California burrito? Maybe. I would love to try some other ones that I haven't already tried. But I feel like if you aren't putting anything unique in there or you aren't making it your own, you're going to fall kind of all in the same levels with the other California burritos that are out there. So I think for them to wrap it with a quesadilla is a smart move. But I probably would have added sour cream to it because I'm a creamy guy. That's gross. I take that back. Okay. So other than that, let's take a look at the projects. Let's see what we got going on. Let's make this nice and big for those who have eyesight vision problems. I have eyesight vision problems. There was a time where, because I can read, right? If I take these off, I can read. But if I don't take them off, or if I put them on, I can also see further. Okay, not like I'm blind as a bat, but things are blurry outside of my vision. I'm getting to the age where now you can't. There's a weird middle ground where it's too, like right here is too. Okay, it's sharp, and then now it's blurry. But then right here it's a little too blurry. It's got to be a little. It sucks, is what I'm saying. There's like a weird middle. I guess the word is blind spot, right? But it's like blindish. I'm at that age now where everything just the cornea hardens, and that's not a good thing. But holy crap! I just went off of a tangent. Anyways, all right, yeah, that's why the screen is bigger for you. So life updates, really great progress on the house. Cleared a bunch of space this weekend in the garage to open up some shelving units so that we can get more boxes in. I mean, we're playing the lift and shift game, but it's very slow. You have to do it deliberately. And I think if you do it deliberately, you really unearth things that you don't need or unearth things that you realize you should be using. So it's really cool. Like we found a pot, like a giant pot that Lisa would have used for like beer. It's a perfect pot to cook lots of food. It's fantastic. So yeah, the lift and shift continues to move, and I think you bring a spoonful of salt and you move the mountain. So that's a really good update with the house. Yeah. It's funny when you look at the priority of your life, it's how low health can get because you get so focused on everything else. And then you forget to put health. Health is awkward because you want it. You want to do it. You should do it. You decide not to do it because it's easier. And the other day, my wife showed how she was a soldier. And I'm not just saying it because you're probably listening right now. But how she determined that she was just going to walk in the morning or to a play date instead of drive. And I thought that was that kind of micro decision you make when you are faced with the opportunity to not do that. And so that's good. That's a really strong move. It's constantly making the decisions, the small decisions every minute that go against your basal desires to not do anything is where you get that motivation. So that's very commendable, and I need to do that more for myself because ultimately, if I continue to do this type of thing where I'm focusing on content and self-made productivity, my health is paramount. You can't get sick. Things go bad. You see these YouTubers go absolutely unhealthy because of their, just ignoring their health, CRV continues to not move. And once again, if we were in a situation where I was stressed out that the CRV wasn't moving, be a different story. We're not in that position. We don't feel the burden to get it out of the driveway. It's not taking up somebody else's space. It's not sitting here wasting away. But we'd like to get rid of it. And we had some guy and his friend come over. These guys were young guys, but man, that guy came in and acted like he knew so much about cars and how he's a mechanic. But he's like, I'm kind of a mechanic. But he made me put oil into my own vehicle. And I think he didn't want the car because I couldn't explain why the oil was missing. I think that's what it is. I think when you don't explain something to somebody who knows about cars, that's like, oh, this is like a red flag. This guy knows something that he's not telling us. And that's true. What I know was I knew I took it to a mechanic, and I'm guessing the mechanic drained the oil. But ultimately I wasn't, if this guy was super scrutinizing what he was looking for, then he can go find something else. I mean, he goes, I don't want it, but I'll offer you $300. Right, go ahead, dude. Go find another one. We'll find it. There's a perfect buyer out there. And if you wait long enough, you'll find that buyer. So, projects. Yeah, Food Sleuths is out. It's performing. The subscriber count went up in the last couple weeks. That's great. We definitely want to we want to do either Ethiopian, which turns out we did 12 years ago. I didn't remember. Maybe my wife does, but me and my best friend went 2012, 2011. It was a long time. And I'd like to go back and kind of, you don't see a lot of Ethiopian promotion in San Diego. I really do need to get more B-roll footage of Julian apple pie. Even if we just have to go out there, grab 2 more slices, get some footage. I think this is a really good investigation. And then lastly, we'll turn this into a Hype Hunter episode. I do have footage for La Perla, so it's good to turn that into a Hype Hunter. And if we do this covers for 3 weeks worth of footage, or, so that works. We just got to get the footage for it. Yep. Route 66 continues to go. Here, let me just show you. So I'll put this on the screen. There we go. So what we're looking at is DaVinci Resolve, which is a video editing software. And, this top timeline is kind of the overall time of the audio, right? And to bring you through the process, you have your video, you write your script, or vice versa, right? You have your script and you have your script, and then you shoot your video. Either way, right? So you gather all your footage, you shoot your script, you record the script, you edit the script, you master the script, and then the script is really, that's my timeline, right? That's like the most amount of footage that I'll need to fill in that time. So this green bar you see is audio 8, and that's it. That's all of the audio, and it'll get smaller because as I cut through this, I'll go, I don't think we need this part, or I think this goes a little long. So then you fill it up, and every layer here is a video layer or a graphic layer or some kind of effect and transition. So as you can see, I'm probably, I'd like to say 30%, 33% in. But really what this is this is the first pass cut for me, which means it's just the cut of graphics and video, just to make sure that that's in alignment with what's being said. There will be another pass where I'm like, okay, am I missing any special effects? Should I be adding any more graphics, more text animations? And then the third pass is kind of a, did I miss anything? Right? Is there anything that I wanted to add on or anything that makes more sense? And then finally, the fourth pass is really just listening through it, making sure everything matches, adding maybe the introduction or adding the conclusion and the call to action. After this stream, I'm hopefully going to get another 30 to 40% done with this portion. I would love to get about here by the end of the day. We'll see. But yeah. All right. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else. Let's go back to the list. Oh, yes, of course, Total Eclipse has a release date now of the 31st. I have been speaking to some random people about it. I am very excited. So the listening party was complete, but we need to add, and I did, obviously I put the recorded vocals in there, and actually, you know what, we can say that it's pushed out to DistroKid for release. Perfect. So that's good. That's good. So the next thing I want to do is a streaming party, and really get people that are interested in listening to it in live stream, just this chat specifically, and get people in there and talking about it and listening to what they think. So I probably need to kind of heavily promote that. The other thing I need to do today, unfortunately, not this week, the thing that I really need to do is I need to get ready for my court date. That's right. January 29th. I got to go to court. So this will be another interesting week of court cases. Long story short, and without implicating myself on camera, because people do that, I was pulled over for allegedly having my phone out and looking at video. And I now have to go to court to talk to them about it. So I will plead redacted, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I have that on this Friday, Wednesday. What is my calendar? Let's go open my calendar. Come on, guys. Let's go in there. Check out the calendar. Calendar says today is the 27th. There's a kindness challenge food drive. I'm sure my wife will tell me what that is. Oh, it's Wednesday. There's a play date on the 28th. There's traffic court on the 29th. There it is. I got to do that. All right. Oh, there's like some kind of food drive. Oh, okay. That's just an all-week thing. There's a leadership assembly. Oh, that's nice. Cool. All right. I think we got everything. As you can see, I didn't use ChatGPT today, and I think it's because ultimately she was helping me get my bearings together. There was no specific need to have her on the call just because I wasn't referring to her for anything. I mean, I clearly filled up 17 minutes of time, 12, so it worked, right? The experience of getting online and twittering and streaming on Twitch and Kick and YouTube has become more normalized, has felt more regular, and I feel more comfortable with it. But it's not like I'm letting her go. She'll pop in every once in a while. I still use her for a bunch of other crap. But it's good to it was training wheels, right? It's training wheels to fill in the dead space to get the advice that I needed. But really, we have the setup. It's moving along. It's humming, and I love the fact that it's going at a good pace. It's delivering the information in a reasonable amount of time. Regardless of lack of viewership, I think that's not the most important part. What's important is that I'm doing it, that I'm getting used to it, that I'm getting it out. The followership will or won't show up. That was never what this was meant for. This was an exercise in discipline and really getting rhythm and getting into a structure. So the other thing that needs to fall into place is everything else that I say. I have my 2025, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, you can't. I printed out the 2025 bingo chart, and it's here up the wall, and I need stickers. So I'm going to plead to the woman who might be listening to this. I want stickers to put on my bingo chart, because I made my bingo chart. All right, well, we're 5 minutes over the 8:45, which is great. Because I think we covered everything. I don't think there's anything to rant about. I really want to make this a productive week. I would love for the Odyssey episode, the Route 66 episode, to be up by Wednesday. I mean, that's my personal goal. So I need to really crank out hours today and tomorrow and see if I can get this up and running by Wednesday, and then immediately start the script for the next Food Sleuth episode. I haven't done anything in Rhyme Flow. That's because Total Eclipse has, in no other terms, totally eclipsed everything else that I'm doing in music, which is fine. I was in this mixtape channel, and I just realized, you know what? I don't do hip-hop the way that these guys in the mixtape want to hear hip-hop. I'm too excited about doing this AI stuff. I was so excited about Total Eclipse that I didn't even record a verse over Evaporate just because I didn't want to tarnish it. So I was just so happy with the way that it worked that I didn't even record over. That's crazy. I mean, I recorded some other stuff. You can't hear it. I guarantee you won't be able to tell. But it was important for me to get my voice in there. So I think that's it. Anybody in chat that wants to ask any questions, go ahead and ask it now. My 2 active viewers on Kick, my 1 active viewer on Twitch, and of course, if you're in my YouTube channel, say hi. If you are not my wife. But yeah, if you're there, say hi. I definitely want to say hi before I head out. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that if you are working out or driving to work or whatever you are, and you're regularly tuning in on this, that's great. Yeah, it's nice to know that there's somebody out there if you are. Other than that, oh my God, it's Chris. Hey, Chris, I thought you were my wife. That's crazy. Hey, Chris. I didn't even know you knew about this. That's a good friend of mine, Chris Arnold. I used to work with him at More Furniture. No, it's a great friend. And yeah, I'm glad you're tuning in, Chris. I really appreciate you listening. But I'm wrapping up the stream. I'm doing this every day from 8:30 to 8:45 just to update everybody on what I'm working on. Yeah, I definitely want to get you in for the listening party, Chris. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. I got a good country song that I think you're going to enjoy. But once again, that was super cool to see you. I really appreciate your support. I hope you tune in when you can. Like I said, I do this every day. All right. Well, other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to dive right into the editing and the work and hopefully get something done by, we'll get another 30, 40%. We'll see it. So other than that, have a fantastically good Monday. I hope it's productive. I hope it's low stress, and I hope we in Southern California survive with all this odd weather and dangerous weather out there. So, thanks for tuning in. This is Melzworld Live. I'm Romel, and yeah, we'll sign off.